Hey everyone, I wanted to sit down and chat and make a quick video about why I program the way I do. And before we get started, if you're interested in a 1-week free trial, I have a few programs on Train Heroic and there's a link in the bio below. And check it out. It's strength conditioning, yoga lifestyle, lots of good stuff in a really effective and enjoyable and balanced way. So check that below and then stick around for the video if you want to learn more about what's in it and why. So background about me, I'm Molly, I'm a wife and a mom of a 2-year-old boy, and I love health and fitness. I also just love enjoying my body outside, being active in nature, playing sports, that kind of thing. So I work 3 days a week as a physical therapist in a hospital, but my passion is definitely more geared towards the fitness programming side of things, and I love to learn about it. I love to experiment on myself, and I've found something that really works well, and I think it'll work well for a lot of people. Backtracking, just brief history, played all the sports growing up. When I was late in high school, early college, I fell into exercise and eating disorders, including anorexia and exercise bulimia and binge eating disorder. Got better over the years, got pregnant many years later, and then in the postpartum, the past 2 years is really when I have felt the absolute most healthy and balanced version of me. It feels very distant to be like looking at that place where I was really unhealthy and had a lot of unhealthy habits. So I'm very thankful for where I am, and I love sharing that with others because it's hard to be in that place and picture yourself in the future enjoying your body, loving your body, moving it well, but it's definitely possible. So, okay, I made some notes because it's a lot to remember. So with my approach to fitness and exercise and working out, it's very well-rounded. I have kind of 3 main goals. One of them is performance. So I want to feel and be strong and athletic and fit and have all these qualities of fitness. And I'm not like looking to be an Olympian, break any records, but I want to be an athlete in a way that fits my lifestyle as a working mom. So performance is important. Longevity is super important to me. I want to be able to exercise in a way that is not just breaking down my body, putting a lot of wear and tear. I want to be the 92-year-old patient I see who still goes on hikes. So that is why I include just the right amount of volume, and I also include a lot of prehabilitative stuff, which we'll get to later. And the other aspect of longevity for me is enjoyment. I want to enjoy what I do. So I have a lot of like space in my program for activities that you may enjoy. And then the third piece of it is aesthetics. So it's not the biggest piece, it's not the main reason I work out, but of course, looking good and setting goals is a good part of fitness. So you don't have to be a certain size, weigh a certain amount, look like a certain person. That is separate from what you, in your own journey, deem to be important for your looking good portion of your fitness journey. So it's nice to put in the effort and get good results. And that can mean a lot of different things for different people. Okay, I wanted to say that the internet has done a great disservice to people's bodies because, and not just the internet, but we have put it in our heads that more is better. And if I just grind, if I just put in all this effort, I'm going to get everything I want or get all the results I want. And more is definitely not better. Just the right amount is just the right amount. And anyone can program a workout and say, yeah, do 150 burpees and then 200 wall balls, and then, just basically tucker you out, make you sweat, make you exhausted, but that is not necessarily going to give you results. It might actually hinder your results because it can drive your body into a state of inflammation and more prone to injury. So with my programming, I take like a no BS approach. I want, science-backed, what are the tenets of strength and conditioning that are going to be effective without overdoing it on volume. And then also, I do take a holistic approach as well. I'm a yoga teacher. I believe that we are not just our bodies. Our bodies are amazing vessels, and they can you can feel like really powerful in them and almost like a machine, but we're not just machines. We have minds and emotions and hearts and lives and energy, and all of this makes us this one whole being, and it's all important. So I like to include that in my programming as well. Okay, so the different components of my programs, which are, I have a few different names for them, but like movement and muscle or holistic hybrid fitness. Component number one is strength training. We can use barbells, kettlebells, dumbbells. You can even use bands with the intent of progressive overload. So either increasing your weights, increasing your reps, increasing time under tension, or just improving your form. So strength training is amazing for increasing your strength. I think it's important to be strong, whether you're lifting heavy patients or putting your suitcase in the overhead bin or holding your heavy toddler and the grocery bags. Like, strength is just a functional thing that improves our quality of life. Also, strength training helps increase your bone density. So again, down the line, when you get older, if you have higher bone density, you're less likely to fracture a bone, and that is great. Good stuff. Strength training, hypertrophy training. So this is building muscle. This is going to be what gives you the shape and tone that you want. Building muscle also helps with things like increasing your metabolism. It helps with strength and hypertrophy training help release certain hormones that can help with building muscle or sleep or your energy, your libido, just good hormone release, metabolism, building muscle, strength. Okay, I'm trying to think if I covered everything. Okay. And if you're like me and you love food, like, building muscle helps you be able to eat more food, which is super fun. Okay, cardio and conditioning is another major component of my programs. And we split this up a couple of different ways. The main portion is just zone 2 cardio because, again, it's going to help with recovery. It's going to help with heart healthy effects. It's going to lend to some calorie burn as well, which I don't track and don't really care about, but it's just activity is good. And this is a way that's not going to burn you out. So if you overdo HIIT or high intensity interval training, again, you might tend to lead your body into a state of more stress than it's worth. I'm not saying HIIT is never fun or never applicable. Like, I do it every once in a while, but a lot of the cardio is zone 2, and that also allows you to fit lifestyle activities that you enjoy into your life. Like, if you like trail running, if you like mountain biking, if you like to go swim, if you like to just go on the cardio machines, there's options for everyone. So that plus occasionally we'll do like tempo intervals where you're working for a period of time and then resting. We also incorporate kettlebells into our cardio and conditioning days. So there's some fun stuff there. And that leads us into talking about kettlebells. So I like to intersperse this either as some of the main workout components or maybe the warm-up or the core section, or on more of an athletic day, because they're really great for functionality, moving through different movement patterns, all that kind of thing. All right. So moving on to the next component is mobility and kind of prehab exercises. So I'm a physical therapist and a yoga teacher. I'm very interested in how can we prep our bodies so that they're ready for the activity ahead, but our warm-up isn't taking 20 minutes of our time. So pretty effective warm-ups so that you are less prone to injury and that you feel really ready for the activity ahead. And yeah. Okay, next is core. So we, again, incorporate core on our main workout days, or maybe there's a bonus day, which I'll talk about. And this can be body weight or maybe using bands or kettlebells. So core is very important. And that kind of goes along with the sense of body control, which means, like, can you move your body through a range of motion, engaging your core, not compensating with different movement patterns. And we will incorporate that with some Pilates inspired moves, or maybe with some of our yoga practices, maybe some animal flow. I think it's really important to be able to move your body weight gracefully, and it's fun and it feels good, and it also helps longevity as well, because we want to be able to get off the floor when we're older, and we want to be able to balance on one leg and all these things. Okay, and then the last piece is breath work and meditation. So this goes in kind of to the holistic nature. I do upload multiple yoga classes per week in the programming, and some of them are mobility, some of them are very mellow, fluid, embodied flows, some of them are vinyasa style, breath with movement, and there's also like a meditation and dedicated pranayama or breathwork practice. And these tap into the more subtle layers and energies of who we are, and help us kind of check in, tune in with ourselves, see what we need, see how we can decompress, because life requires a lot of effort, and it's good to find some space and some nervous system regulation. It's really important. Okay, let's talk about the schedule. So it's a lot of stuff, but it is so cohesively programmed that I love it. I think you're really gonna like it. Okay, we'll talk about the schedule. So usually each month is a little bit different because I like to switch it up, or sometimes in the summer and fall, we might focus more on cardio, or maybe in the winter, a little bit more like bulking, but everything is really well balanced. We'll have for sure 2 days a week of dedicated strength and hypertrophy training, which we talked about. And these sessions are about 45 minutes long. They're succinct, they're effective. We do the main movement muscle pattern. So we do an upper body push, an upper body pull, a lower body hinge, and a lower body squat or lunge. But we find some fun variations to switch it up, and everything goes really well together. Those days also will have likely an accessory movement and a core movement. 2 days of the week, so that's 2 days. Other 2 days of the week are focused on cardio and conditioning, and this is split up between that zone 2 cardio, which you can incorporate stuff that you enjoy into your lifestyle, and then every once in a while doing like a interval session or a kettlebell session. These are between 30 and 60 minutes. You can also split them up and spread them throughout your week, because it's mostly about like minute accumulation of cardio. So if you want to do it mostly in those 2 sessions, if you want to split it up, it's fine. We have a 5th day of the week, which is kind of like a bonus. This is where it's great if you enjoy taking a certain style of class, like if you want to go to a Pilates class or an Orange Theory, CrossFit, yoga, what's the other one? Not Orange Theory, I can't think of it right now, but whatever class you enjoy, this would be a great place to do that, because you're already covering your main bases with the strength and hypertrophy and cardio days. This is our bonus, but I also do program, if you don't want to take a class, I have fun mixtures of like power movements, core movements, mobility, maybe a little Pilates, kettlebell. And this workout tends to be a little bit shorter too, so more in like the 30-minute range. And I also have an optional, more strength-based vinyasa yoga class on that day. So lots of options there, because I want this to fit into your lifestyle. I want it to be sustainable. I want you to not have to think so hard in a way, or for a way that can combine all the things you love and that gives you results. So that's that day. We have an active recovery or rest day, which you can do that mellow yoga class. You can just go on a walk. And then we have a full-on rest day, which is like rest and recover, do your self-care tasks, do your breath work and meditation, go in nature, spend time with loved ones, and fill your cup, and then get ready to do again. So yeah, that's that. Another note about scheduling is that I like to program for 1 month at a time. So you will see the similar exercises for a month, but the sets, the reps, the rest breaks, the emphasis and focus will be different throughout the month. And then in the next month, we switch it up, throw a few new things in there, maybe focus on a different thing. With the monthly programming, if you're interested in syncing it with your cycle, you definitely can. I have resources for that and suggestions for that, because 1 week we focus on form and movement pattern and mind to muscle connection, really getting the exercises down. 1 week we work on volume, increasing with our reps, and focusing more on hypertrophy. 1 week we emphasize strength more, so we'll go down in reps, but increase in weight. And then 1 week we have like a deload week, which you can repeat week 1, or you can, if depending on your cycle, if you want to take more of like an active recovery week, that can also be really nice, where you just walk, do yoga, go for a swim, do a class you enjoy. It all fits, which is super fun, and I love it, and I'm super passionate about it. Yeah, and all this to say, this is fit into pockets of time that are not extensive. So you can get the results you want in 30, 45 minutes a day, 5 days a week. It doesn't have to be a 2-hour session, and you don't have to run yourself into the ground. But it's fun to also put in the effort. So it's not like this program is easy. It's an intermediate program, and I want you to push yourself where it's appropriate to push yourself. And there are resources, again, and tips of how to kind of implement that progressive overload. Okay, that is why I program the way I do. I hope that made sense. I want to be a fit and capable person and parent. I want to have my efforts lead me to a place where I am proud of my body. And I also want to take care of my body in the energetic sense of incorporating some of those meditative and breathwork and yoga practices. And I want to have fun for my whole life and play outside and do all the sports. So I think that this program kind of has it all, and I hope you really like it. Let me know if you have any questions, and thanks for being here.